How's it going, guys? Today we are here in Washington, D.C. at the Martin Luther King Memorial here. And as you look behind me, you see quotes of this great man, the vision he had as an individual. Today's video is so synonymous with Martin Luther King because we're discussing the 5 reasons why leaders need vision.
I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream.
Sold out servants, and you know we've been working. We serving, we earning. The watches is hurting. Serve to earn, baby. What you know about leadership? Start small, build up. Takes a team to win a championship. Big heart, but it started with Chris. Seen a lot when it comes to this biz. Don't serve, don't earn. They gotta shift keys to be a capitalist. Sold out servants.
Number 1, vision shows us where we're headed. Guys, I started my business 8 years ago. I had a vision that one day I'll be successful, right? And in the first years of my business, my wife and I are struggling. We're making ends meet. We're knocking on doors, man. We're grinding and hustling, right? And I had a vision that, okay, one day, Chris, I'll build an agency across the country. One day I'll have clients across the country. But it didn't take place for a couple of years. So when you're in business as a leader, how do you cast vision to people in your team who don't see what you're casting? They're thinking, man, Chris, are we going to be successful? Think about Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs started a business in a garage. In his garage in Palo Alto, California. You thought that one day he could ever envision the iPad taking place or know exactly what it was? He couldn't see it clearly, but he knew one day it could come true. For you and your business, what are you doing today to cast vision for tomorrow? I always say keep one eye on today and one eye on tomorrow. Today is the grind, the hustle, the rejection, the planning, the budgeting. But the vision is we're heading in a certain direction. And whenever I cast vision to my organization, I tell my guys where they will be, where they can be in a future state, and that inspires them to keep pushing. Number 2, vision provides motivation and it helps us to keep going. Guys, sometimes in an organization or a team or a sport or maybe a company you may run, right, you got some long-term vision, some long-term goals, next 10 years, next decade, next 5 years. When you cast vision into long-term goals, sometimes people get weary. They lose track of the focus. It's so important for the leader to have a strong possession of vision to say, you know where we're going. When it doesn't look right, I know where we're going. I mentioned Steve Jobs earlier. Steve Jobs had a vision for 10, 15, 20 years of Apple. He can see himself in a future state. You think the employees that are there will know that? Ronald Wayne, one of the co-founders of Apple. You've got Steve Wozniak, Steve Jobs, and Ronald Wayne. Ronald Wayne lacked vision. He sold his stock for $900. Today it'd be worth a couple $1 trillion. He sold it for $900. Why is that? Because he was worried about the fact that, hey, I can't see this vision happening, Steve. I'm worried right now. We got some young guys running this company. I can't see it. I'm out. And so it's so important that someone like a Steve Jobs or Steve Wozniak and your team says, hey, I know where we're going. It may look shaky now, but if I stay on tight to the vision we're going to, I can get past these shaky moments in our vision. Number 3, vision provides focus. When you're a leader and you have vision, you focus on things that are long-term. Why? Because you realize that these things are important, not maybe today, but in the future. You have to be able to delegate things. There's things that are today that you're taking care of that I call it the clock and the compass, right? The clock is today, clocking in, clocking out, this task, that task. The compass is what direction is the team headed in the future. And when you don't have focus, you may focus too much on mundane things that are happening daily and lose lack of the vision. I've seen people who run companies have a vision statement. They're working and grinding every single day to make ends meet and hit their budgets and targets. And they look up and say, where are we at today? Our vision 5 years ago was to be this company to solve these problems. We're not doing it anymore because the leader at the top lost focus on where they were going as an organization. It's so important to you to make sure you keep your vision in front of you. Maybe it's a mission statement. Maybe it's a big banner in your office. Every single day you work towards the long-term vision while delegating the small tasks to employees and people who are not as focused as you are as a leader. Number 4, smart leaders borrow vision from other leaders. Guys, as a business owner, I can tell you right now, man, there were times in my career when I thought that the lights were going out, we were not going to pay our bills, I was out of business for good, right? I was able to borrow vision from others. How is that even possible, right? There's something called books, there's knowledge, there's wisdom, there's nothing new under the sun here for us, guys. And so when I was down out in my business, man, I would read books from other successful entrepreneurs and see, okay, cool, these people have went through the same path that I'm going on today. They got through the hard times. They accomplished their goals. If I just stay the course, if I continue to fight and push every single day, the stories I'm reading from these books give me inspiration and motivation to keep pushing through. What I'm seeing is that so many people are in silos. They're running a business, they're running an organization. They're not seeking out mentorship. They're not talking to people who have been there before and done that, who have become successful on the other side of the tunnel. And if you're saying, man, Chris, I have a vision to be successful in my career, in my industry, in my vertical, find someone, seek out somebody, whether it's a book or it's autobiography or maybe a local mentor who has been where you're going one day. That way you can seek their wisdom out through what they've gotten through and see the vision they casted and see, okay, cool, if I stay down the path they've taken, eventually I'll come out this tunnel and I'll be as successful as they are. Number 5, vision gives us meaning and purpose to what we do. Man, the why behind what we do is so important, man. When I worked at Apple did a phenomenal job teaching its employees to act with the why and intentional of what you're doing. So when you say the why, what do you mean? We do things for a reason, right? This is what we do, but why do we do it? And the what is the daily clock in, the clock out, the grind, taking care of the bills, taking care of the kids, picking them up from school. This is what we're doing, but why are we doing this here? Why am I building an insurance agency? Why make money? Why serve to earn? There's a bigger purpose behind what you're doing, and as great leaders always find a way to lead with the why. Your people will follow you through the why. They go through hard times for the why. The what can be boring. It's the same thing every single day. And for me and my team, my organization, I always lead with why. Why are we doing this? I can see you in 5 years, 10 years, man. Imagine what it's going to feel like. Imagine where you're going to be. Imagine you're retiring your mom. Imagine your kids being in private school. Always imagine, imagine, imagine. And when strong leaders can hold to that why and lead with the why and purpose, people find a way to get things done every single time. So in closing, leadership at its true essence is the ability to translate vision into reality. So if you're going to cast vision for your organization, make sure you do the work behind it to make it possible.